Hello, everyone.
What's up, fellas?
Welcome.
It's 2 a.m. here on the East Coast. Welcome.
Yes, the
Um,
we're gonna do a little mock draft for you.
yeah, the Spurs game just ended. You have any thoughts on that? Spurs gonna win the series, probably, right?
I hope so. I like the Spurs a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I think we both picked them to win the West, right? So.
I think I took the Warriors.
Oh yeah, you're right. I picked them to win the West.
You did.
Yeah, so I'm just having a little midnight snack: lemonade, pickles, and salsa. So good stuff. Stuff. Actually, that's what I'm eating right now. It's pretty good. I love pickles.
What about lemonade and salsa?
Yeah, they're good.
Not on
It's
the
not
same
it's not
level.
lemonade. It's limonada by San Pellegrino. Some fancy schmancy like lemonade soda. Pretty
Exciting.
good. Huh?
Exciting.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty exciting.
So, we'll get into this mock draft. We got a couple rules here, just to get it going. Just so you know, this is who we would take in this position if we were the GMs of these teams.
I
Not
thought we were the GMs of these teams.
you're gonna be the GMs of these teams.
Oh, okay.
But it's who we would take in this situation, not who we think they are going to take. And as it goes, there will be trades. So, for example, Dan can
There's
trade.
trades? You didn't tell me
I
this.
did tell you this. I told you
You
this.
did?
I
Oh
did.
shit. Okay, I have to think about this.
So, if you want to make trades with another team's pick who you own, you can just make a trade. And if you want to make a trade with a team whose pick I own, then you have to offer me the trade, and I either have to accept it or
I wanted the
decline.
second pick then, so I could shop the Titans pick, but I guess that's up to their GM.
It
so-
is. If you want to submit an offer too before I make the pick, you can do that.
Alright. Alright, so how long are we on the clock for, each of us?
I think we can just announce the pick and say who we're going to pick right away. We don't
Okay,
really
I'm
need a
not sure
clock,
which ones
do
I'm
we?
gonna trade for, so I'm gonna wing that, but it should be fun.
All right. So,
Alright, so,
with the first pick in the 2015 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are now on the clock.
isn't this in Chicago this year? I think it is,
It
right?
is, yeah,
That's
and
weird.
a
'cause
bunch
it's
of
been in New
people
York
are
every
going.
year, I've remembered, so.
And now a bunch of people aren't going, so.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah.
hear that. They're probably all going to the fight. I really want to go to that. And speaking of fights, this guy can definitely throw down punches. Want a big, strong, tough guy on our team
Okay.
to fuck them all right in the pussy.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so we're looking at a big, strong linebacker, actually, out of Houston. Elfrem Elephant,
That's his
number
real name.
52. What?
That's his real name.
Yeah, Ephraim Elephant.
Elephant.
Yeah, he's 6'6" or 6'8" on the overall. He's a 6 foot tall, 218-pound linebacker.
All right.
What a big, strong guy. But to fill this defense, you know how much Lovey? No, it's not Lovey Smith. We said Lovey. Yeah, it is Lovey
He is
Smith.
Lovey Smith, yeah.
I got him mixed up with Caldwell. That's what I mixed them up with because they're both terrible coaches. But anyway, and they're
Didn't
both
you
blind.
love Lovey Smith?
Um,
Like last year, you were all over how good Tampa.
that was the beginning of the season before they before we got the first overall pick. So yeah, now our coach is on thin ice there.
Okay.
So
Who
he's
do you-
on the clock, so they're gonna have to get a big playmaker, and to me, a big playmaker is a guy who threw 20 interceptions last year. So we're gonna pick Jameis Winston.
Jameis
Obviously.
Winston.
Yes.
And yeah, I think when you look at that pick, it's hard to argue with it.
Well, you were arguing with it 2 months ago.
I still wouldn't take
But
it.
they've
but
already pretty much confirmed that they're picking him, so
It's true, but we are also
or
taking.
we
who
are
we
picking
think.
him, I guess. So
But yeah, the
So-
guy's got all the physical traits you want. He's big, he's strong, he's accurate, he's got a strong arm. Throws a lot of interceptions, though. You hope you can figure that out in the NFL level.
I think he's more typical or prototypical,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
guess,
For sure.
than Mariota, and that's why they're looking at him. But honestly, I think Mariota is a better prospect.
But we're taking who we think, who we would take in their situation.
We would take in their situation. Yeah, they are very adamant about taking Jameis Winston.
No,
I
but
feel.
that's not how it's. Whatever. All right, fine.
Okay.
We're
Well, they've
supposed to-
already said that they're taking Jameis Winston. So how am I gonna? This is gonna be a realistic depiction of the situation.
Okay, fine. So with the second pick of the 2015 NFL
I
draft.
guess we could do that to make it more interesting. Sorry for interrupting.
Right, I was just thinking we do who we would take in that situation if it was up to us completely. But
Okay, I'll take Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, all right. So with the second pick in the 2015 NFL draft, the Tennessee Titans now. Do you have any offers or anything?
One sec. When are the Eagles picking? 20th. You have
Never
that
mind.
pick,
Yeah.
so I can't offer it.
All right. I am just going to keep the pick and take Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota.
Call me crazy, but I don't believe in Zach Mettenberger to be the long-term quarterback.
Hey, he's better than a few of those guys out there.
As he's one of the bottom 6 starters in the league for sure at the moment.
Well, I think that Mariota pick scares me as a Colts fan. I feel like he has potential to be a pretty great quarterback, and that team's not terrible, honestly. I mean, they're lacking on offense, but that defense is still pretty good.
He reminds me a little of Aaron Rodgers coming out of college in the sense that his
Really,
team
doesn't remind you of Jamarcus Russell?
no, because he was more prototypical than Mariota. The problem with Mariota is his footwork and shit. A lot of what they were saying about Rodgers coming out, I think you can fix that with enough training and whatever.
So do you think Jameis Winston's more of a Jamarcus Russell?
He's not as athletic.
Yeah, he isn't as like he was a shoo-in first overall pick, but I guess Jameis Winston is. But
Yeah.
anyway,
So I'm taking more Mariota.
so the third pick, I'm open to. I'm not really actually Jacksonville. I'm not really open to trades here. We have a young quarterback by the name of Blake Bortles, who we hope, cross our fingers, and have our franchise on it.
And
Pans out.
Jacksonville, of course, with Blake Bortles at the helm, was the 32nd passing team in the league in adjusted DVOA last year.
Maybe I should have traded for Zach Mettenberger.
Yeah, might have been.
Anyway, our team, we really need linemen. Linebackers. Our defensive line's pretty strong, honestly. But I mean, there's the best player in the draft is the best player in the draft still sitting on this table, right? Or sitting on this table. Or maybe sitting on the table. Sitting in that room back there. So it's difficult to pass him up. But there's some pretty good linebackers available right now, Beasley and Fowler. Wow. So this is a tough pick, but I mean, I think we're just gonna have to go with raw talent, take the lineman, Leonard Williams.
Yeah, I think that's the right pick.
I don't. It's a very tough pick, but
and Williams can play all along the D line, and I think if you needed him to, he could play outside linebacker too. And he's just.
Didn't he play tackle in college?
He might have. I don't know. Oh,
He's listed as a tackle, but in an end, I see him listed as a tackle in an end.
He can play all along the defensive line.
Well, I should know this. I'm picking him. But.
He can play pretty much any position you need him on that line, from left to right. He's just a monster, versatile, and he can stop the run. He can stop the pass. Whatever.
I think he's the best player in the draft.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
What did he? I'm checking his.
4.97, 40, 300.
4.97. It's not that great, but
he's 300 pounds. Pretty good for a 300-pound player.
Well, what's his name's last year? Clowney's. He had a ridiculous. He was so fast.
Yeah.
Anyway, fourth pick is going to the Raiders. Do I want to trade up for this? This is tough. The Jets. If I was the Jets, I might trade up for this one.
Any last-second offers?
Looking, I don't think so. Why do you keep getting all the people I would trade with? Do you want to offer a trade to yourself?
Not really. I like Oakland in this spot.
You like Oakland? Okay.
I think they need a receiver. They need a big.
They need a receiver. They have 2 veteran receivers. I shouldn't be talking for you.
Sorry, who? James Jones
and Crabtree.
and Crabtree. Oh yeah, that's those are real.
Okay,
stellar
Oakland has
options.
much bigger problems than the receivers
Like
right now. At
what?
least they have 2 stable players there. Okay,
Stable
Al
players?
Davis from the grave.
Those
Go
guys
ahead.
aren't
Go ahead
starters.
and make your pick. I know who you're taking.
Who are the fucking no? I want to know this. Who are the what are these huge needs they need? They had Carr last year, who, in terms of throwing down the field, couldn't do it because he had no one to throw to, and he was one of the lowest yards per attempt throwers out there because they had to dink and dunk the whole way because they have no receivers getting open.
We go ahead and make your Amari Cooper pick.
They were 28th in passing adjusted DVOA last year. Yeah, you got to take Amari Cooper, of course. Best receiver in the draft. He ran in a pro scheme already with Lane Kiffin. He had 1,700 yards in college. Just a great fucking year at Alabama. And 4.4240, 6'1", 211. Taking him.
Well, now Washington's sitting here on the clock, and they're pretty upset
They wanted him.
because Jacksonville took their first choice in a pick, and now Oakland took someone else that they're looking at.
Well, no
They
wonder
really-
you were annoyed by that pick.
Huh?
What is Washington? They got fucking Garcon.
Well, they need something to revitalize Robert Griffin after they spent or we need something after we spent like $20 million on the guy, or whatever. We extended his contract through 2016, and hope to God he doesn't like break his whole body, so we have to commit to that contract. So we're gonna have to we need a game changer on defense, and unfortunately Williams was picked, and the other player who could pretty much revitalize a team and an offense, and Cooper was picked, and the 2 quarterbacks we would jump at immediately if they were somehow landed on our plate, but they did not.
Should have traded up.
So now it's a yeah, but we don't have many assets, honestly. What are our assets?
That's a good point. You could use other picks if you really thought it was necessary.
If we had another first round pick, I would gamble for it. But I mean,
Well, you could move up a spot or two with seconds and thirds.
I'm not going to trade away. We're not going to trade away any young blood. We're not going to trade away
Realistically.
young offensive players like Garcon and
Yeah.
running back.
Morris.
Yeah, Morris. So I mean, and our defense is abysmal. So now we're looking at the 2 linebackers that Jacksonville is also considering, in Fowler and Beasley. So this is a difficult call going between the guys. Their intangibles are pretty identical in terms of their size. They're both 6'3", around 250. But honestly, I think we're just going to go with experience because we don't have much leadership in this clubhouse, and go with Beasley.
Beasley. All right. I like that pick.
Wasn't the other guy? Didn't the other guy find like weed or something? Is that him?
I don't think so. But
What?
he's also he can play defensive end too. He's not necessarily a linebacker. Fucking the guy you took, Beasley, is that's his natural position that he'll be. He's already ready at that position if you want him for linebacker.
You weren't gonna move up at a. Oh no, you're not a.
So, with the number 6 pick, the Jets are now on the clock. The Jets have a lot of needs at this point. They need pretty much an entire offense, as well as a couple spots on the defense, which is still overall okay. But I think at this point, their best pick, although you not taking Fowler might change that for me. I think I'm going to take Fowler. Yeah, I'll take Fowler.
Yeah.
He can play along the defensive line or linebacker wherever they need him. He's great pass rusher, and they were 24th last year in a DVOA against the pass, just a DVOA. I think he'll help them immensely, and he'll be good for him. So that's the Jets pick.
All right.
Moving on
As the
to.
Bears, I'm shopping this pick here.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Considering both our linebackers were taken, unfortunately, and with this new coach and new GM, um, we're looking for some proven faces now instead of rebuilding through the draft. We're antsy.
Okay.
Anything being offered, or else we'll just go ahead and pick someone who we don't really want, like a offensive lineman. Who the hell wants that?
Let's see. All right. I think I could find something here. Okay. How about? Hmm. What would it take to get that pick to Kansas City?
Wait, who did you pick at? Yeah, okay, never mind. Sorry, I know who you picked. Sorry.
What would it take to get that pick to Kansas City? They're the 18th pick in the draft.
What would it take to give that pick to Kansas City? Well, that's a tough one. Number 18. We want insurance, an insurance pick. We really are not interested in someone here, considering we can get someone like Andres Pete maybe at 18 or another. There's a couple of good offensive tackles in the late teens, early 20s, so we can afford to trade this. But we definitely want a first rounder next year.
Ooh.
For that as well. That's maybe we'll throw in our fourth rounder this year. First and fourth, two first.
I don't know if I can do that.
You don't like Kansas City's shots? If they get another playmaker, they can definitely make the playoffs next year. They're just in the playoffs.
They can, but it also wouldn't shock me to see Kansas City get the 10th pick next year.
Is there someone you really want at this position?
There's
You'd want to
two
move
guys
up?
who I think would be great for them at this position.
All right, well, make your move then.
I'll do. How about first and second? This year, first and second this year.
First and second this year.
For first and a fifth.
Well, how many spots are you moving up? You're moving up 11 spots? It's
Yeah.
pretty significant.
And a second round pick is pretty significant in the NFL.
Maybe if you can take some contracts off of us who we don't want,
All right, give me
we
someone.
can make something work. One sec. Well, how much time's left on the clock?
I don't know. A minute.
A minute, jeez. I need to check our payroll because I'm not a very good GM. I'm drunk out of my mind. This is in Chicago, the fans are booing us, and Bears suck anyway. You're probably happy about that.
I think. I don't know if Chicago has any contracts weighing them down, or they just trade them like they did Marshall.
Yeah, nothing that big weighing us down. Let's see if you can throw in a player. I'll check your roster one sec. Maybe you have a offensive lineman that you can offer us or something, so we don't even have to pick an offensive lineman.
We are depleted on the offensive line.
You're depleted on the offense. That's why you want to move up. I'm saying. I'm not looking at the Kansas City Royals roster. Like Kansas City Chiefs roster. See, now you guys know we're doing this all improvised.
We
'cause we
are.
have no idea what we're doing. Oh man, this is tough. I do like that guy. He's young. What was his stats? He has a funny name too. How much time's left on the clock? 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Probably less than that. Can I fucking... No.
Who are you looking at?
I'm just looking at your team for a sec, but it's hard to find the depth chart. How about you, the first and the second and Derek Rogers? And we'll give you a fourth. Hello?
Let me check. I would love to move up. Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright, you got yourself a deal?
I had no idea who Derek Rogers was.
He was on the Colts. He's an okay wide receiver. He's young with a lot of potential.
Yeah.
He played a couple of years ago with him, and then I think he was either injured or released. He had a substance abuse. Yeah, he was released because he DUI'd. He's potential. We don't have a very strong
receiving
core.
After you
we
lost
need
Marshall.
We need a wide receiver, like a third one. So we'll help.
Pleasure doing business with you.
All right, now the Kansas City Chiefs are on the clock. Is your picking?
Now here's the dilemma for the Chiefs here. They need an offensive lineman. They also need a wide receiver. So
and there's two of those on the board.
There are, yes, two big names there. I think I have to go with Brandon Sheriff out of Iowa, as he can play tackle or guard in the pros right away. He's fine against the pass and the run. He's probably the safest pick in the draft, and you just know he'll come in and do good stuff for you. So I think I'm gonna go the safe route and take him.
Well, thanks for trading away even more of your wide receiver depth to.
Yeah, that is true.
To me, so.
That is.
Nice.
They'll have to pick up a guy in the second round.
Are you like crossing all these names off your sheet?
I am, yeah. So
the Giants, New York is on the clock. It's not in New York this year, so they won't get booed like they normally do.
It's Atlanta now. It's my pick again. I forgot.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Skipped
over them. No one really cares about them, I guess.
So Atlanta, disappointing season.
No, not really. Weren't they worse last year? They were like 2-14.
But everyone was hoping they'd have a bounce back year. Yeah, a lot of people were hoping they'd have a bounce back year, and their defense just couldn't hold up.
They almost made the playoffs.
Yeah, come on. Almost
one game. That division was horrible.
Right, the division. It had nothing to do with them being good.
Alright.
So, they have a few. They really do need to revamp the defense, but their running game has also just been horrible. So I think bringing in an offensive lineman could really help them too. So I think I'm going to take La'el Collins out of LSU.
La'el Collins.
He's decent in pass protection. He's great in run blocking. He'll be a guard in the pros. We can fit him in right there.
Well, that was kind of a stretch. Actually, I feel
bit of a stretch, but we felt we like him at that spot. 6'4", 305 pounds.
You're taking him over both Scherf and Pete.
Nope, the Kansas City Chiefs just took Scherf.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry.
But over Pete.
Tired. Yes, over Pete. Big Pete.
So we're gonna bring La'el Collins.
We'll keep this offensive line train going with the Giants, who we're gonna pick up Pete.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 straight offensive linemen. How interesting.
And yeah. Where is he? He's far down on my list.
Who, Pete?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I just the list I took from a site.
Oh, I thought you did your own independent scouting.
I did, but I didn't put them all in an order.
Okay. Yeah, there's mixed feelings about him, but yeah, this draft isn't that set in stone, so we'll see. And here's another team that needs an offensive lineman.
The St. Louis Rams. Yeah, they could use a guard.
Desperately.
They, though, I think could also use a wide receiver. Good downfield target for Nick Foles.
Oh yeah, Nick Foles.
They haven't been able to have a big receiver really since fucking, even if you consider
Torrey Holt?
Danny Amendola someone of
Torrey Holt, I was going to say.
Torrey Holt. Yes, they were 26th last year in a passing DVOA, adjusted DVOA. So I think they got to go with Kevin White. Guy's athletic freak of nature. There was some talk he could take over Amari Cooper's spot as best receiver in the draft for a
Yeah,
bit.
he fell for a bit.
But
he fell.
yeah, he did. He's big receiver, great on jump balls. He had 4.35 40, which is great considering he's 6'3", 215 pounds. Guy's going to be a good pro, and I like him here in St. Louis.
All right. So now the Vikings are on the clock, and this is a team which I think has a lot of potential next year, but they're going to have to compete with two very strong quarterbacks in the division.
Okay.
And Stafford, I guess you can call Stafford a very strong quarterback. Stafford and Rodgers. And right now they have a very, very strong cornerback, or very, very strong secondary, with three strong quarterbacks: Xavier Newman, Munnerlin, and Rhodes is their number one. But I feel because Newman's is 37 and Munnerlin's much better as a slot defender more so than he plays more of the middle of the field, more of like a safety position.
Right.
So I feel we still need more depth considering Newman's age, and we compare a very strong defensive player with Xavier Rhodes in probably the third best defensive player in the draft, maybe, in Trey Waynes, who fell pretty far. So
He did,
cornerback from Michigan State. Are you scared of that?
I'm a little scared. He's got great speed, great length, and great ball skills. Ran a 4.31 40. I do think he's a great corner, and I think he'll make a great addition.
We were looking at Kevin White, but you obviously took him first, and we didn't feel Devontae Parker was worth reaching for at this point.
And that is kind of the position I'm about to be in with Cleveland. As Cleveland's on the clock, and
So we took your cornerback from Cleveland?
no. I'm saying they need a wide receiver,
And you're gonna take Devontae Parker?
and it's between taking Devontae Parker and moving down at this point. Or there's
Moving
another guy
down.
I would take it there. But
The New England Patriots will offer you their pick
Mhm.
for your pick and Johnny Football.
well, considering I own the Patriots pick, and that is obviously not a real trade.
Okay, Chip Kelly will offer
Again,
you.
my team.
Oh, you do own that pick too. Fuck, I was gonna offer you another trade for Johnny Football.
Let's see.
The Indianapolis Colts will offer you Andrew Luck, that pick in Johnny Football.
I am thinking of moving here.
I can't really think of anyone. Dallas, maybe if I'm Dallas, I might consider moving up
Here, let me see.
to pop that wide receiver, but it's really. I don't know. You've two picks in this round.
You know what? I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna trade with Miami for that 14th pick. We're gonna swap.
Alright.
We're gonna swap there, Miami and Cleveland.
And I'm assuming Miami's going to take the wide receiver, right?
And Miami will throw in a 4th round pick with it. So a 4th and a 1st to move up two spots.
I probably would have done a third and a first, but
Well, Cleveland's stupid.
that's true. They're Cleveland. Do you want to stop at 15
Not really, no.
or 16, and then we can finish it tomorrow?
Alright, fine.
All right.
But we're only at like half hour here.
I'm really tired.
Alright.
Falling asleep.
So, Miami now, with the pick, they are going to take Danny Shelton out of Washington. He's a huge run defender, great
Is that
power.
worth trading up for? I feel like that is
Absolutely.
questionable.
No, he's going high on a lot of draft boards. Should go in the top 10. A lot of people are saying. So to get him here is a big deal. They need him for that run defense, which was only average last year. They got Sue coming in for the pass, and Shelton. Although he plays the same position, they have no one else on that defensive line. So to bring him in a 4-3 system will be great. Danny Shelton to Miami.
All right, to each their own. That wouldn't be worth for me, but yeah, the Saints pretty much need every role except outside of quarterback. They definitely need pass rush. They definitely need tackles. But because the wide receiver we really like hasn't been taken yet, it might be worth stretching for, considering we're also don't have the most depth at that position either. So we're gonna put all our money in the offensive piggy bank.
Damn.
And grab us some Devontae Parker.
Wow. Cleveland is very upset with this, that they moved down now. They were not expecting that.
You are not. Who are you expecting?
New Orleans was so terrible in that defense last year. They might.
Yeah, I know, but it's the whole division. It's just invest more in offense.
But anytime
the receivers aren't strong. Who do they have? Colston.
Yeah, they still got Colston.
But he's
traded away
ancient.
They got Brandon Cooks in there.
They lost their best pass. They
did.
Lost their best receiver.
And Kenny Stills too. So now Cleveland at 14 is in a bit of a predicament.
Do you want to trade this pick?
I'd consider that if you have any offers.
Considering it. Let me think for a bit. Yeah, San Diego. We'd like to trade up.
San Diego, what are you thinking?
First and a third.
First and third to move up 3 spots. It is interesting. They'll take it.
We'll take it?
I'll take it.
Alright, we didn't want San Francisco to take this guy, though. They're probably going to take a defensive player, but we're going to take Todd Gurley, the running back from Georgia.
It's a big pick there.
Yeah. What do you think about him?
I think he's going to be very good. Of course, there is a little concern after
the injury,
the ACL, but ultimately, he was medically cleared. He's got size, power, speed, acceleration. There is a little concern in taking running backs in the first round. It hasn't turned out too well a lot of the time. But he seems good, as did Trent Richardson.
And they definitely need a running back, I think so.
They do. That would be big for them.
And maybe we can grind him into the ground for a few years.
Right.
Hopefully make the playoffs.
And so that was a big pick for San Diego. And now the Niners are on the clock.
I know who you're picking.
You are the Niners.
Oh, I am the Niners. Sorry. I know who I am picking. I am picking something the Niners really need after this horrific offseason they had. Do you know what that is?
Linebacker?
Yeah, that, but there's Bud Dupree, though I wasn't really thinking about that. I might have to put more thought into this pick than I originally thought.
Trying to think where you would go with this. CB?
I'm not going to take... Danny Shelton was picked already, correct?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll take Eric Armstead.
Alright.
Tackle from Oregon.
It's a good pick. Just gonna...
Texans.
Texans, Eric Armstead out of Oregon. He's got great length and power. He does lack a bit of the nastiness some people want to see, but 6'7", 292 pounds. Guy'll get in there. He'll stop the running game, which after the mass onslaught of retirements the 49ers had, that will probably be welcome. And so Houston is now on the clock.
Wide receiver.
Houston does need a wide receiver pretty badly. They do have DeAndre Hopkins, who was pretty good last year. And so the question is, do they reach for a wide receiver at this spot? I think that they also need a linebacker and someone to help attack. With J.J. Watt to attack the passes. Despite J.J. Watt, one of the best pass rusher in the game.
Who's Clowney though?
Yeah, but who knows how he's going to return? Microfracture's a big deal in the foot.
I don't know. I'd put more bank in the first overall pick from last year, and then who knows it right now. But go ahead. It's your decision.
I think he's more of a who knows it than a guy taken now, but at this point I'm going to take Randy Gregory to come play outside linebacker for them. He's a 6'5" defensive end / linebacker out of Nebraska. He's great against the pass. He's got a lot of power. He's got a thin frame, which some are concerned about, but it didn't seem to be a problem in college. He does have a bit of a drug issue after testing positive for banned substance, but ultimately I don't think it's much of a concern. I think he's going to be a monster, even though he fell down a lot of draft boards after that. So, that will end the first half of our draft.
I'm good. We can keep going.
Okay, never mind then. We'll keep going. So, we move on to the 17th pick.
Which was traded to the
now
Browns.
Cleveland, so that's my pick now. What does Cleveland need here? At this point, Cleveland still needs a wide receiver.
Do the Chiefs still have the 18th pick?
No, that is now Chicago.
I'm Cleveland, or who is the 18th pick? Sorry.
Chicago, and you're the 19th too. As Cleveland, and I'm the 17 as Cleveland.
Okay, I'll trade you the 19th pick.
But what? Oh. I think we'll leave it as this. I'm going to take. Let's see. They need a wide receiver. Oh my God. They also need a linebacker. They could take Shane Ray.
Yeah, Shane Ray. I was looking at that guy. I was thinking about taking him.
Alvin Bud Dupree. Great agility, had 24 sacks in his career.
Injured though.
He is, yeah. I think I am going to take Shane Ray. Safer pick out of Missouri. He had a poor pro day and fell a bit because of that. But I like guys with poor pro days after they fall. Seems you can get good value for them, like Teddy Bridgewater last year. Had 14.5 sacks. He does lack a bit of power, but I think he'll be good for the Browns in this position.
All right, Chicago at 18. And we're looking around at the offensive linemen, our obvious needs. Our obvious need. I guess. It's not need. And we find ourselves looking right at Eric Flowers. Mm-hmm. He's not been taken.
Highest guy on my board left.
Yeah. Junior from Miami. Very big Afro-American. With 6'6", 330 pounds. I'd read you the rest of the stats, but he's supposed to fall maybe a few more picks, but we wanted to make sure that we could get him up right here.
He is huge, and
he's a huge big boy.
Despite that, he's pretty light on his feet in the pass game and has a lot of nastiness in the run. That's a good pick for the Bears.
Oh, Bears! How do you feel being Aaron Rodgers going up against that big man?
Well, considering Aaron Rodgers will be watching from the sidelines as Eric Flowers blocks pass rushers, I don't think he cares.
I don't know. One of Aaron Rodgers moves to defensive tackle. And obviously, a guy that big, you can just throw him at the DT and just say
Then,
smash.
if
Just
that
that's it.
ever happened, I think we could elect Aaron Rodgers to the Hall of Fame at that moment.
What, Aaron Rodgers playing defense or Aaron Rodgers getting smashed by Eric Flowers playing defensive tackle?
Either way.
Either way, okay.
Either way.
So the Browns are back, and again they're the Browns, you know. So they don't usually make good picks in the draft.
Well, don't
you know?
go based on that. Just pick who you think they should take at this pick.
Who do I think they should take? This is a tough one. I didn't plan for this. We really want a quarterback, honestly, but there really is nothing that's worth taking here. We'll have to wait to the next round, and I don't want to bore you guys with that. So,
Who do they have?
we're going to actually pick up Melvin Gordon,
Oh my.
running back from Wisconsin.
It's a bit of a reach for the Browns.
Reach?
Bit of one. Melvin Gordon out of Wisconsin. He's a big home run hitter kind of running back. He can break it off for 80 at any time. He's got a lot of burst, acceleration, vision. He should be a good pro.
He
Cleveland
should be. That's hard to say when it comes to running backs. We just want
is.
flashy players. So
It is, but
we're the Browns.
he, of course, the Browns 26th and adjusted DVOA last year. It does still shock me that Cleveland somehow left the first round again this year, despite having 2 picks without a wide receiver, even though Josh Gordon's suspended again.
They're Cleveland.
They're not going to have anybody. So, next up, the Philadelphia Eagles and Chip Kelly. They've had a hell of an offseason here.
Yeah, they're gonna pick like Martha Stewart or something.
I wanted to trade this pick just in the Chip Kelly spirit, but I decided against it.
Pick wide receiver, I'm guessing.
No, they did lose Macklin, but I still like kind of what they're doing at wide receiver. Got Jordan Matthews there. He's a good young kid, and Zach Ertz at the tight end position.
Okay, then you better pick someone who went to Oregon.
I am taking Marcus Peters out of Washington.
He didn't go to Oregon.
I
Come
know.
on.
He's got great ball skills, though. He had 11 interceptions career. And he was probably the best CB in this draft, but character issues kind of brought him down. He got suspended early on, and by the
I don't know. I think Trey Waynes is still better, but you can go
this
ahead.
guy, he was real good, 6 foot, 4.53, and he was that prototypical CB. Him and Trey Waynes are close, but I would take Peters if it weren't for the character issues. So I think Chip Kelly likes his value here at 20.
All right. Fair is fair.
So moving on to the 21st pick, Cincinnati.
All right, Bengals. We would like a wide receiver, but I think we really need a pass rusher, whether that be at the line, a linebacker, or a safety even.
Couple good options there.
Yeah, especially at safety. So we're gonna go with actually Landon Collins
It's a good pick.
from Alabama. He's a strong safety,
Yes.
but is capable of, I feel, playing more of a dual role. No,
I
not
think
so
strong
much.
safeties is better position. He's not great in pass coverage. He's all right. He can play strong safety without getting burned. He's more of a huge hitter, great in the run game. He's aggressive, fast. He can get burned deep on occasion, though, which is why I'd avoid putting him in.
Well, I feel like he'll fill a need for the line, whether it be in the rush defense. So I guess they can focus more, if that makes sense, on defending the pass. Because he'll be like a safety net for them, I
Right.
feel,
And
if he
that-
gets the starting job.
He can just lay people out, and of course, playing in that Alabama defense, he should be able to make the transition. Although some Alabama defenders have proved they can't in the past, so we'll see.
It's true.
We're moving to that 22nd pick and the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're becoming an old team pretty fast. and really changing from what those teams used to be, which were built on defense. Last year, their team was entirely built on offense. And they're going to need some big defense, especially with Ike Taylor and Troy Polamalu retiring. So I think at this point, they're going to need a CB. They're going to need someone to fill in.
All right, you got some options there.
There are a few options. I'm going to take Kevin Johnson out of Wake Forest. He's a great cover corner. He's a little scary in the run, but you don't need too much of that. He's probably one of the best cover corners just in the draft in terms of covering a receiver one-on-one, and he'll fit into their system. So I'm going to take Kevin Johnson.
All right. Well, we're the Lions, and we lost Sue. We lost fairly. We had some good pickups on the defensive line that we think will compensate. So I think we need to focus here more on improving our offensive line.
It's a good call. They were 17th in adjusted DVOA against the passing and 29th DVOA running last year. Not a good run team.
Yes, so there's a couple of options that we can focus on here. There's a few good offensive tackles left.
There are. Yep.
Though we might be reaching in order to get him. We really liked Flowers, but he was taking a couple picks earlier. So we might have to reach here and go for another one of Chip Kelly's favorites, Jake Fisher.
Fisher.
Tackle from Oregon. Another big guy.
And yeah, he can play left or right side. He proved that this year after having to make the jump. And he just proved to be an all-around good athletic player. He was very good at the combine, and he should be exciting.
Exciting. First time I've heard that about an offensive tackle.
For an offensive lineman. Exciting to see how he does, I think. That's more what I mean. But yeah, I don't think that's a bad pick. Especially they need someone to help their run game, and hopefully he can do that. So, moving on to the 24th pick of the draft. And the Arizona Cardinals. Unfortunately, both Melvin Gordon and Todd Gurley were taken, as they would have loved to get a running back here. As Andre Ellington just hasn't turned out how they'd hoped, and he's always hurt. But, unfortunately, both of them are taken. So, instead of improving their run game through a running back, they're going to do the next best thing.
Tackle.
And improve it through the offensive line. And I think getting Cameron Irving in this spot will be great. He can play all 5 spots along the offensive line. He showed such versatility this year. He's got length, agility. He's 6'5", 313. He showed that no matter what role you put him in, he's going to do great work in Florida State. He showed that, and I think he'll be a great addition to Arizona and should help their running game out.
DJ Humphries.
Is that your next pick?
Yes.
Alright, we're really building anticipation here.
What do you think of that?
Carolina Panthers take him. I think that's a very good pick for Carolina. As all these offensive
It's hard
linemen.
to analyze so many offensive linemen.
Yeah, it is.
They're all the same. They're just big loafs.
He's a high upside pick. He's only played 7 games in the last 2 years. He's got very long arms, though, and really it's a high upside type of thing where they see how much he's grown and just what can be there if they can groom him. So he's not going to be a guy that's going to come in this year and make a difference, but if you can develop him, he can become very good for you.
Okay, I'm going to offer you to switch a pick. Not switch in terms of trade, but switch on what we commentate on what they get. Like, sorry for building the anticipation, folks, but I want to switch the Packers and the Colts. So I pick one for the Packers, and you pick one for the Colts.
Why do you want to do that?
Because it's each other's favorite teams, and we pick right up next to each other. So.
Why? So you'd want to pick for the Packers?
Yeah, I want to pick for the Packers. You can pick for the Colts.
All right, that's fair.
Alright, cool. So that's coming up shortly, so I just want to know.
I'm interested why, but that's fine. All right.
Why? 'Cause it's, I don't know.
So.
I don't know, man. Where are we? It's your turn, right?
I just picked Irving, and you just picked Humphreys. Yes. So we move on to Baltimore.
Chris Humphreys.
Not Chris
Plays
Humphreys.
for the Nets, doesn't he?
DJ Humphreys.
Oh.
And no, I think he plays for Boston.
He did play for the Nets.
He's on Boston.
He plays for Boston, you're right.
Um,
I love how I know nothing about sports. I'm gonna get back in touch, man. I'm gonna fucking do a sports show. It's kind of fun. Anyway. Anyway, go ahead with your
I'm
pick.
picking for Baltimore this year. Baltimore, they had a good run there at the end. Almost took out the Super Bowl champions, and probably should have with the 2 14-point leads they had. And part of their biggest asset was just Joe Flacco going deep to Torrey Smith and drawing a pass interference flag. And unfortunately, Torrey Smith is now with San Francisco. So they're going to need a replacement for him. And I like Dorial Green Beckham in this spot. I think he can fill that Torrey Smith role perfectly. He's 6'5", 237. He makes great catches. He's really tall. He's got he has a bit of character issues as he transferred from Missouri to Oklahoma. But I think he'll work out fine there. I mean, Ray Rice worked out fine. So I think they'll figure out Green Beckham, and he can fill the Torrey Smith role perfectly, and hopefully they'll have some more chances to take out New England in the future.
All right, so Cowboys here.
This is a team I thought would probably work with
we're
one of those running
gonna
backs.
pick Jamarcus Nelson,
Jamarcus Nelson.
32nd ranked wide receiver who ran a 4.21 40. Nah, not really.
Oh.
Because we have Jerry Jones.
Oh, I see.
We're gonna pick he had the best 40 time in the combine.
Oh,
We're gonna pick the guy with the third best 40 in the combine. Brashad Perriman, wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. He's
from University of Central Florida.
That is a typical Jerry Jones pick, I think. He's very raw. He ran a 4.26 40 though, but he drops some balls and he runs bad routes. Still a work in progress.
But it's the Cowboys.
It is the Cowboys, and he'll be great for Romo. Just go deep and catch it. You know, you got Des Bryant commanding all this attention on one side. If you just have him go fucking deep, with hopefully just single coverage on the CB outside, you might get a couple touchdown passes out of him this year.
Yeah. Fucking Cowboys. They don't even really need a wide receiver. Like if I'm the GM there, I'd be like, shit, Jerry really wants me to come up big.
I just thought of this. Did you ask for that so that you could take some shitty person with the Packers pick to piss me off?
No.
I think that's exactly what you're doing.
No, no. I won't. I just want to see what you think the Colts need.
Okay, that's interesting. So, the Denver Broncos are up next.
You're gonna take Jake Fister?
Well,
just ignore what I said.
I don't know what this means. Jake Fister? I don't
Jake
get it.
Fisher.
But you already took him.
Yeah. Did I? Did I really?
You did. I can't remember who, but you took him.
Was it the Lions? I think it was. Did you write everything down? You should be to see if we're right.
I put who. I just marked down who was drafted. I'll put it together after. We have it an audio recording of it. Dan.
Watch me get every one of these picks correct.
That'd be funny. But Denver. So, I was looking for an offensive lineman. I don't know if I'm willing to take to reach at this point for Clemmings, but I might. I think they could also use Grady Jarrett up the middle. But you know what? I think I am going to go TJ Clemmings. He'll help them a lot in the run. He lacks a bit of experience. He's got strength. 6'5", 309. I think he'll be good at the tackle position.
All right. Fair is fair. A lot of offensive linemen, but I guess that's usually the case, so it's not that exciting. So now we
there
have
are
the
more.
Broncos, who really need a playmaker right now. So
No,
are they
was-
gonna do it?
That was the Broncos.
Oh,
I just took for them.
okay. Oh yeah, you're right. You got an offensive lineman, really? I didn't listen to anything you said, by the way.
I think they could use someone else up there. They had some
I
injuries.
think they need a playmaker right now, man.
What do you
need,
mean?
like, a
They got
big playmaker.
Demarius Thomas. Sure, they lost Julius Thomas, but Peyton's gonna make whoever fucking he plays for look good. He'll be
I
fine.
don't know. I feel like they're not gonna win this year, but they at least need to put the image forward that they're trying, and you do that by getting flashy playmakers.
See, I don't buy that bullshit that you have to appease to the fans to show this. I'm not part of that business shit. I'm all about football moves, Dan. We make football moves to make the football team better.
What's football? It's a fucking business. It's the whole thing.
Sure, but fucking fuck it.
Anyway, you have the Colts pick as well. That's
I
why I
do.
get confused.
So, the Colts are an interesting thing. I think they need to get better in the run game for sure. They got Frank Gore, so hopefully that'll do some tricks. It would benefit them to grab an offensive lineman, but I don't think they're going to reach for anyone at this point. There's not much left on the board in terms of offensive linemen that would help them. But I think they also need a safety. And I think Eric Rowe would be a great pick for them. They need strong safety. He's more of a free safety / corner, but I think he could fill in at that spot for them. He's great. He's great in pass coverage. He's got a lot of speed and awareness. Worst case, he could fill in at CB for them if they need. I think he's just a really good player that can play a lot of positions in the secondary.
Eric Rowe, eh?
Yeah.
I haven't heard anyone talk about him for fit for the Colts. Though I do like I do like that. That's one of my favorite positions. I don't know. What is he listed as? I cannot find him.
He'll either be CB or free safety on it. He's rocketed up draft boards recently. So
Free safety. Eric Rowe.
yeah.
It's not listed as a free safety. It's not listed as a strong safety.
CB / free safety.
I'm checking CB now. Eric Rowe. Oh yeah, I see him. Utah, senior. Did anyone pick Byron Jones yet?
No one's taken Byron Jones.
Well, you know who else really needs a
The
CB?
Green Bay Packers.
Yeah,
After losing
absolutely.
Tramon Williams.
That's it. So, what was that stat I read you earlier? Green Bay Packers, every single player in their roster, besides like 2, have spent their entire careers there.
Right, yeah. Haven't
So
played a game.
hopefully this is another one. This is a guy who spent 4 years as 5 years at University of Connecticut,
Mhm.
and he's ran a 4.440.
Yeah. And do you know the really interesting fact about him?
No, I don't.
He set the world record for the broad jump at 12 foot 3 inches.
Oh, really? The combine record or the world record?
A world record. That's what it said anyway.
That's ridiculous.
He's got length. He's got ball skills. He's
Yeah, world
athletic.
record. Yeah, shit.
I love this pick, and I'm very happy you made it for the Packers.
Why didn't you make it for the Colts then?
Because I don't think they have as big a need at CB, and I think Rowe can fill in at safety for the Colts.
Yeah,
And I like Rowe.
you're
a lot
right.
for
Yeah, we don't really need a CB though. I think we do need more of a secondary. Just our offense is very good right now. So
Yeah.
all right.
So, moving on to the 31st pick in the New Orleans Saints.
The Aints. So I picked a running back for them.
You did.
Oh
No, you
yeah,
didn't.
this is my pick again.
You took a wide receiver. You took.
I picked a wide receiver. Sorry.
Who was it?
So now we really need a defensive.
Devontae Parker.
Yeah, Devontae Parker. Well, I think I picked a running back for them. Now we really need a defensive tackle. So, do you want to trade this one at all?
That's an interesting idea. The Patriots wouldn't move up, but if I were going to trade one of my older picks, New Orleans. I don't know if I'd want anyone at this spot. There's a couple good guys still left. There's one really good player still left. I can't believe
I'm
it.
gonna pick Eddie Goldman,
That's a good pick.
defensive tackle, Florida State.
Great run defender. He's going to be awesome in the run, and Lord knows the Saints need help in the run. They were the 32nd team in the run with adjustment.
So last, yes.
DVOA, yep. So they were terrible, and Eddie Goldman should help out a lot. Now, the evil Patriots are picking next. And Bill Belichick trying to continue his empire as long as possible. There is a guy I would like to get a Gallahor for them at wide receiver. He's just the perfect receiver that these guys could want. He's perfect at following instructions. He's great route runner, and does everything you need. But
He's a house nigga.
he's a house nigger. That's correct. He ain't in the field working with all those other fucking dirty apes. But
The racist moment of the show.
always one. There's always at least one. But I think they're gonna take Bud Dupree, Alvin Bud Dupree. I cannot believe he's lasted this long. Somehow he's lasted this long.
Who?
Alvin Bud Dupree.
Maybe with a name like that, maybe he should have his name changed. Alvin Bud Dupree?
It's Alvin Dupree. Bud is the nickname.
Oh, Alvin.
Alvin Dupree.
Oh, yeah, he was ranked 13th on the big board, you're
He's
right.
really fallen at this point. He's great agility. He had 24 sacks in his career. He lacks consistency sometimes. He doesn't have a motor where you see him going on every play. But he's got a lot of high upside, and I think that's exactly what the Patriots do. They draft players with a lot of value low, and so that's what they're going to do.
Alright. Yeah, that is definitely a Patriots pick. It seems like everyone would just back out of the way so the Patriots could take him. So.
Yep.
And I think that's it.
That's it.
Unless you want to do the second round, too.
I think we'll pass on that.
Yeah. Sorry I wasn't too lively today. It's just a bit late, so.
Yeah.
And I got up very early this morning.
Well,
so,
that's your fault.
I kind of wanted to talk about the boxing fight, though, because I haven't really heard much about it. What are your thoughts in terms of from an analyst perspective?
I don't know much about boxing, but I think
It's fun to watch people hit each other.
yeah, for sure. And I
Who are
think
you rooting for? Who are you rooting for?
I kind of want Mayweather just because
Yeah,
it
I'm rooting
pisses
for
a lot
Mayweather.
of people off. I know a lot of people hate Mayweather. And,
I like the bad guy
yeah,
persona. It's
the
good.
villain kind of thing.
And also, I want him to never what is he 47-0? I want him to get 50.
Yeah, I think he's 47 or no.
Yeah.
Although I don't know because he said he's retiring after his 49th fight. So
Why?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you
That would be the
told
dumbest
us.
thing ever. I thought he was gonna save the Pacquiao fight for 50, but apparently not. This will be exciting. Maybe that'll be Pacquiao 3. But
Yeah. Pacquiao 3, or you could play someone else or fight someone else for
Yeah, I'd like
49 and
Pacquiao
then
too.
fight Pacquiao again for 50, depending on how this fight goes. I'm gonna watch. I don't have pay-per-view, but
Just
either
stream
you'll
it.
send me a link or I'll go out
Yeah,
somewhere.
you can just stream it. It's really easy. But yeah, I'm taking Mayweather. I think he's just a great boxer in terms of defense. He's boring in the sense that he's not going to knock him out, but
Yeah, you're gonna take him split decision, unanimous decision.
I'll go unanimous.
Technical
Unanimous
knockout?
decision. He's not going to knock him out.
You don't think? Well, he's not gonna knock him out, but he might get a TKO.
Nah. He'll unanimous. I can't remember the last knockout or technical knockout.
Well, I was gonna
Mayweather
pick
had.
unanimous decision, but because you're taking unanimous decision, I'm gonna have to take a TKO.
It's not how these things work. You can take whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a TKO. Last time Mayweather won a TKO, is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Let me check. I think it's gonna have to end like that. I think fucking Pacquiao's gonna come out swinging and swinging and swinging, you know? So
He will.
he'll definitely
He'll come
open
after him
himself
hard.
up. What?
He has to. And, but Floyd's just such a good defensive fighter.
Floyd used to win a lot by TKOs.
Not recently.
He just got a KO on Victor Ortiz.
You mean fucking 4 years ago?
Yeah, that was 2000 before he went to jail.
Right.
His last TKO was 2007. It was 8 fights ago versus Ricky Haddon.
Hmm.
But early on in his career, he gets a lot. I don't know the play style of these boxers, so I don't know how to compare Ricky Haddon's and Ortiz's play style with Pacquiao. But I think certain matchups have different. I don't know, different, more likely outcomes. I don't know. Are you betting on it?
I'll probably put some money on it. Yeah.
All right. I kind of want to go to the MGM Grand one time, see a fight. That'd be fun. He has 26 knockouts and 21 decisions. Early on in his career, he got a lot of knockouts.
Right, because he's facing the shitty boxers early on.
Not really.
What do you mean, not really? They're not going to throw him up against fucking Mike Tyson in his first fight.
Yeah, I suppose.
You got to work your way up, and then once you get a reputation, they'll start.
I don't know. Reggie Sanders is pretty good.
Reggie Sanders.
And Jerry Cooper and Kino Rodriguez.
Look, none of his first 16 fighters even have a Wikipedia.
Yeah, I was about to say, this guy's, I don't even know what country this is. Oh, Uganda. Justin Juco. Well, he fought him at the Mandalay Bay. That's a pretty big casino. So knocked him out. Yeah, I'm going to say TKO.
Alright. Should be a good one.
Yeah, we'll have some coverage of that probably like 3 weeks from now. No one cares about it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we talked about the Mets last time, but I just want to put in a plug for them. I'll try to limit the plugs though for them. Don't want to get my hopes up too much. They lost tonight, so.
Oh yeah, didn't they blow it? I heard someone.
They didn't blow it. It was 0-0 through 7, and then they tie. It was 3-3, and then I watched the bottom of the 8th, and the Marlins scored to go up 4-3, and it closed out.
I think they were up at one point though. I remember someone complaining on Twitter about them blowing it. Terry Collins blowing the game.
Oh, I didn't watch the whole thing. So I watched the game they lost to the Yankees. It was kind of rough. They didn't get any offense going.
Pineda or the last one?
Huh?
Pineda or the Sunday game?
It was the Sunday game. It was on ESPN. The one they lost 6-4.
4 errors through the first 4 innings.
Yeah, that was the game. Did you watch that?
I watched parts of it.
The Jays won tonight.
They did. It was 11-8, pretty much. Both the two teams in the league with the best offense and the worst defense. Worst pitching.
That division, all the teams are going to be between like 76 and like 84 games.
Yeah, I agree.
It's going to be crazy. But, didn't I pick the Jays to win that division? I think I did.
I think you did, and it pissed me off, I think. Just like you picked the Raptors to make the Eastern Conference Final.
I'm just going to keep giving this to you. I'm going to pick the Packers to win the World Series. I mean, the World Series. What the hell? That's why I know it's fucking 3:20 in the morning when I'm saying the Packers are going to win the World Series.
I think they got a shot.
Yeah, I don't know. I think football players play baseball. I mean, baseball players aren't even really athletes. They're baseball players, you know.
Of course.
Can't imagine like real athletes.
Like Bo Jackson. Terrible athlete he was.
Well, I think Mike Crux said it. I'm not an athlete. I'm a baseball player. So, what was it? I was gonna say something else. What was I gonna say? Jeez, I forget now. There's something pretty good too.
I'm sure the fans will love to know that you had something pretty good that you. No.
Yeah, what is that thought where you're gonna say something and sound like the tip of your tongue, and then I don't know.
I think it's called tip of the tongue.
But what is it like caused by? I don't understand. It's like you can like feel the word, but you can't like speak it or whatever.
I've never felt a word in my life.
Trying to imagine the Packers winning the World Series though. They'd definitely beat the Yankees. They'd be in the NL, of course.
The sad thing is, like, BJ Raji would still probably be pretty good.
He'd probably be like the Cologne of the Packers. For his 92... You know Cologne pitches like 95% fastballs?
No, not 95.
Yeah, it's a 90% fastballs.
What? That's insane.
And you know what's his velocity on his fastballs?
What is it?
91 miles per hour.
What?
So 90% of his pitches are 91 mile per hour
How
fastball.
is that so? What? There's no way he pitches
They said that
90%.
during the Met Yankee game, Sunday night baseball. They said he had 90% fastballs this season.
I don't buy it.
You don't buy it. And they're not even fast though. He doesn't have that much velocity left. He just
Oh, here
such
it is.
good positioning.
Pitch type. 88% fastball.
It's 88.
88. In
Yeah, I was
past
right.
years, he's been 82. He had 89 one year. What the fuck?
I told you.
And yeah, it's at 90. It's at his average velocity this year is 88.6 miles per hour.
88.
88.6.
So he's throwing 88% fastballs and
at
they're 88 miles per
88%.
hour.
Yeah. And he throws his slider at 82 miles per hour 7.5% of the time, and the cutter, which is practically another fastball, 0.9% of the time at 89 miles an hour.
So it shows you, kids. You just have to know how to pitch one pitch, an 88 miles per hour fastball.
Does he locate it well? Like, is it on the corners, I guess?
Yeah, he's just really good at locating that fastball. He don't need that much velocity if he can locate it really well.
I guess that's what Burley does, but Burley doesn't throw it 88% of the time.
And at 88 miles per hour, does he? So that's slow? And he has cut to it.
Yeah,
doesn't
no, Burley's really slow. He's like 83 or something like that.
That's a changeup at that point.
Yeah, I'll look. Hold on. Burley's shit as fuck.
Yeah,
Pitch
but I
type.
don't know how. I'm going to have to watch him a few more times.
Yeah, Burley throws it 83, but he only throws it 46% of the time.
You should watch Cologne's next start to see how he does.
I kind of want to now.
It's pretty ridiculous. I forgot who pitched today.
How is does it have movement? It has to have movement. You can't throw a straight fastball at 88 miles per hour 9 times out of 10. It doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Whatever he does, it works. And the funny thing is, he was on like steroids for half his career too.
Right.
All he can show for is an 88 mile per hour fastball.
Yeah, that was the year his velocity jumped 3 miles per hour from 89 to 92.
Oh my god.
He's never thrown his fastball less than 72% of the time.
That's crazy. Montero pitched today, so I think Cologne might be up for a start tomorrow. Or next time the Mets play. Let's see. Let us check. Yeah, Mets don't play tomorrow. Poop. Toronto plays tomorrow.
Yep. Boston.
Friday, May 1st. I don't see the Mets. I have to be somewhere. Oh well. Alright, so oh no, they play tomorrow. Let's see.
Did you
Oh
know
no. It's midnight, that's why I'm confused. What were you gonna say?
Bartolo Colon has thrown 1 splitter in his career at 85 miles per hour.
That was probably a miscalculation.
It was in 2003.
That was a miscalculation. How do you throw a pitch 5 miles per hour?
85. 85.
Oh, 85. It's 5. I was like,
No.
what the fuck? Alright, so
It
I'm
was
gonna.
probably
I'll be
just his
off.
changeup that was misread as a split for some reason.
Yeah, maybe. Oh,
Alright.
I'm gonna go.
Alright.
See you later, faggots. Hope you enjoy the draft, and this week in sports is gonna be exciting with the boxing match. So,
And
adios.
playoffs. Playoffs!
Yep.